Welcome to Tango Bravo. Join us as we delve into the real-world experiences and stories of everyday veterans. Today, we will begin with a series that will provide an in-depth look into the lives and stories of 3 American veterans. These stories cover deeply personal elements of the day-to-day aspects of the lives of American service members. It is a profound privilege to be able to share these stories with you. Join us as we experience life through the eyes of an American veteran.
I'm Frank. I was a private first class in the United States Marine Corps. I joined in 2007 and served active duty till 2012. I was infantry with 3rd Light Armor Reconnaissance Battalion out of 29 Palms, California, Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center. So my origin story starts with 9/11. Being from New Jersey and all my family from New York, it was really that day that I had decided that I was going to do something. And then, I was too young at the time. I think I was in 7th or 8th grade. And then going into that summer, I think is when the initial invasion, or actually no, the winter, sometime after the invasion of Iraq happened. And I remember sitting in my grandma's house watching the statue of Saddam get toppled. And I realized that I wanted to be in the military. I always dreamed of being a cop, but I knew at that time I wanted to be in the military. And I didn't really think too much of it further past that. I just, that was just a fleeting idea. And I ended up going to a military type academy in Kansas for my senior year. And it was, run by a lot of, ex-military guys. And, we did a lot of PT and a lot of military drills. And, really instilled that discipline. And they had a Marine Corps recruiter come visit us. And, he was fucking badass. And he told us all about the Marine Corps, which, half of it's always bullshit with recruiters. But, he explained to me that, if you want to be the best, you got to join the Marines. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to join the Marines. So he gave us all practice ASVAB tests. I did very well. And for a while, that was the end of it. I graduated from this academy, and I came home, and I was 18. I didn't really have a purpose. I wasn't really doing anything. And one day I was at the farmer's market, and I was with a couple friends, and we ran into an acquaintance, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just signed up for the Marine Corps." And he's like, "Hey man, you kind of look like Screech." And from Saved by the Bell. And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, bro. It's cool. You're joining the Marines? I want to join the Marines." He's like, "Cool. You should come to the recruiter's office." So I ended up going to speak to a recruiter. His name was Sergeant Brown, and he was telling me all this badass shit about the Marine Corps. And I said, "Hell yeah, I want to be an MP." And so he's like, "Okay, cool. How many pull-ups can you do? All that nonsense." And so I went through the process, and I signed my contract to be an MP, guaranteed contract. And I joined the delayed entry program. We were going to ship out in a few months. And so we just did a bunch of physical training, 1.5-mile runs, pull-ups, and what have you. And and that's how I met my current best friend today. We joined together. And the day comes, well, actually, I'll skip back. So I had to, I didn't tell anybody that I was joining the Marine Corps, none of my family. And so I thought, well, I guess I better do this in person. So I flew out to New Jersey to tell my mom, and my mom about had a heart attack and was freaking out. And this is in October. I was scheduled to ship out November 4th of 2007. And I come home back to California, and we go to MEPS. They take us to MEPS. I went to the San Jose MEPS. And my buddy had signed an infantry contract, and I was like, "Man, I don't want to be a fucking cop in the military. I want to be infantry." And so I told them, "I'm not shipping out unless you change my contract to infantry." And they changed my contract to infantry, and I went through all the process, went through all the medical, all the psych, and swore in as a Marine Corps poolee or Marine Corps recruit, whatever you want to call it at that time. I took my oath, and we ended up shipping out to boot camp. We went to the airport and flew out to San Diego civilian airport, and basically got on a bus and went over to the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, which is in San Diego.
This is Tango Bravo. Our goal is to give you the full experience of sitting and chatting with service members and hearing the stories and details that are rarely told. And as always, please like this video and all others that you've enjoyed so far. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Thank you for your interest and support in our developing channel. And remember, if you are watching this, you are a card-carrying member of the Thrill Hammer Nation. Thank you.
Thrill Hammer.